Hello and welcome to Talking Reds. It's Thursday morning. Liverpool Football Club are top of the league after beating Watford by 5-0. What a time to be a football supporter. I am Dan Austin, this is Josh Sexton, and what a lovely time we had last night. Liverpool were great, atmosphere was really good. It was just really lovely, wasn't it?
I'm a bit worried that I can't keep pace with how well the Reds are doing, Dan. I'm really feeling the Reds winning 5-0 today. I'm feeling
Josh has
Virgil
got
van
such
Dijk's
a bad
two headers.
hangover that he says it's in his face.
In my face, it's just sort of there, this hangover that I'm having. Which is,
I just don't understand how that works.
I mean, it just shows I had a good time, really. Had a good time, a lovely time watching the Reds.
Yeah. Or someone's chinned you and you were dead pissed because you were being a divvy and you don't remember.
I mean, both scenarios are likely,
Yeah.
let's say that.
But, yeah, like it felt really, really big last night. It felt even bigger than Man United because every game is now because Liverpool need the points. It also felt like we needed the performance last night as well after the 2 goalless draws. But just the way you feel about everything, like last night mattered so much, and it's only a home game against Watford, and in the grand scheme of things we're not used to that meaning an awful lot. Yeah. We're used to it maybe meaning the difference between finishing 3rd or 4th or challenging for 4th and you're 5th in the table, but the fact that now you're looking at the derby, you're looking at Burnley at home on a Sunday at 12 o'clock and feeling like your life depends on it and everything, it's just a mad time to be going to match and stuff, isn't it? Because every little thing is just so big. It's just
everything matters, like you say, doesn't it? And there was talk yesterday of Liverpool needing a statement performance and a statement result, and what sort of better way to do it? I thought like it feels like we've flipped the narrative a bit because it was like City were putting all the pressure and Liverpool were the ones who were going to have to do some sort of making up ground. But it's Liverpool who are top of the league, still top of the league by a point, and that performance last night felt like some of the performances that City were putting in maybe a couple of weeks ago, where we were scraping wins and they were sort of twatting teams 5 and 6-0, and we've done that last night. It feels like we can sort of get on that kind of march now where we put together these massive performances, and maybe it's City clinging on for dear life, and who knows, maybe we make a bit more ground as well.
Yeah, so Liverpool got their win, Manchester City just about got their win, beat West Ham by 1-0 with what we can probably call a soft penalty. I think, it's not definitely not a penalty, but it is what it is. But who gives a fuck, really? Because as long as Liverpool keep winning, as long as Liverpool keep beating teams 5-0 and playing really well, as long as Liverpool maintain this lead over them, in the grand scheme of things they've had for a very long time now. It's only really the period where Manchester City played a game more that they managed to get back ahead. Liverpool have been top of this table since early December. And we can't forget that, as much as people were irritated by the draws a couple of weeks ago and people were quite downhearted after the result at Old Trafford at the weekend. Liverpool aren't giving up on this. It's not like suddenly because we had that 7-point gap before we played them at the Etihad and it could have gone to 10, etc, etc. I think people feel like they would have just liked the comfort of that, but that, in the grand scheme of things, that's not how it works. The title challenge with 2 teams of this quality is always going to be really, really close. And I think it's so important to remember that that's pretty much 3 months there, bar that little period where they played an extra game where Liverpool have been top and they've been fine with it.
Yeah, I've sort of reached a state of complete calm, to be honest, where I was sat on the ground last night and George read out the scores at the end, and I was sort of waiting for Sean to come down, and I was just like, I'm just not really arsed anymore. Yeah. Like I'm so convinced about what this Liverpool team can do now, and I was so convinced by how convincing they were last night that I just don't really care what City and I was going to say Spurs, but I think they're pretty much finished at this juncture now, aren't they? So I'm just at the stage now where I'm completely comfortable with how good Liverpool are, and I'm completely comfortable in just getting behind them to sort of see through this challenge, because that's the best way to do it, is if we're sort of united. We've been saying that over and over again. If we're behind the lads, then it's going to make everything easier, and we're all going to have a much better time enjoying it, and we are having the sort of best time as revealed by my face hangover.
But I was really, really enjoying the atmosphere again last night. It was very reminiscent of Bournemouth it's not this kind of European Cup quarter-final second leg, we're 1-0 down, we're all going to be really aggressive and shouting and screaming. It's not that kind of atmosphere, it's just kind of a relentless joy where Liverpool go ahead early, everyone knows they're watching the best team in the country and just decides they're going to have a great time doing it. And as much as we worry about things in advance of these games, and sometimes during them, depending on how they're going, those past couple of league games at home have just been a party, and the players have looked very, very comfortable. Klopp, all the staff seem like they're having a good time as well. He comes over and gives it the big one in front of the Cop at full time last night. And the whole ground is just consistently singing and consistently enjoying themselves. And I don't think I've ever been part of atmospheres like that before, and even 13-14 when Liverpool are going for the league title, it is more of that aggression, it is more we're fighting for something. Yeah. And we do feel like that now, but when they're playing so well, when they've got so much rhythm, it's just so easy to not worry about anything and just have the time of your life. Yeah,
football's meant to be fun, isn't it? And I think you can sort of forget sometimes that we don't have some like divine right to be in a title race or to be leading the league table. It's we're here because of how good this team are, and you could see it in those sort of freedom last night, like Sadio Mane, the way he played. I think you could see it in him that like he's also having fun. Everyone's having fun playing for this team. Trent as well. Like it's his dream to be running out there, the dream of like all of us that he's living. And
he put that tweet on, didn't he, saying so proud to be the scouted in the team and thank you for the song and everything. And you can tell they're just like a group of young lads having a really
everyone's
good
just having
time
fun
together.
Yeah, and it's the absolute best way to do things is if we're all enjoying this, and that's exactly what it should be. And I've sort of said it over and over again on shows that no one wants to tell anyone how to support the team, because that's not what the enterprise should be about. You should be able to support the team however, in whichever way you want, but also it's meant to be fun. So we should all have fun and enjoy this process while it goes on, because that's exactly what these lads are doing, and we need to be doing the same.
Speaking of fun, Goodison Park Sunday. I always look forward to this. This is the one every single season, no matter the context, no matter how good Liverpool are, no matter what Everton are up to, no matter who the sort of league favourites are or anything, this is the one that I look for, even before the game at Anfield, because this is the one where I just enjoy it so much. I just enjoy going there. And I've been a few times, but even if I'm watching on the telly, I just enjoy feeling the hatred. I enjoy the sense that gives, that we're really, really good, and everything about the lives of these like 35,000 people is about hating us and hating what we stand for and what we do every week. And I just think it's great, and I can't wait for it again.
We're just like polar opposites, aren't we? Like we're there talking about how fun football's meant to be, and every time I go to Goodison Park, you just sort of see this like abject misery of what the Everton fans are going through.
It's pure fury, and even when they're good, they're just furious about everything, and I can't imagine living my life like that.
To be fair,
it must be so tiring.
There's going to be a lot of dogs in sort of Holyhead this week who are shaking, worrying they're going to get spray painted at LFC.
Well, I've bought a bit from the B&Q. I haven't seen any dogs yet, but I got the neighbour's parrot last night. Just a little tiny LFC on the wing. Basically, I reckon any pet's a fair game. I reckon
you have to be dead inch cut to spray paint LFC on a parrot, you know.
Loads of kids, guinea pigs getting done on that by people in school. Like the class hamster.
Bring your pets to school then. It's getting ruined by a load of reds.
It's just stuff like that, isn't it, that just makes you so happy, or the ones that say that they never go to Anfield because they know what we're like and all that sort of stuff. The fact that they are so consumed by our mere existence.
I know what goes on there at Anfield. Yeah, lads, you get twatted every time you come.
And obviously we're looking forward to it because it's the derby and whatever, and even if Liverpool were 15th and Everton were 16th, we'd be looking forward to it. But this means more than maybe anyone that me and you have ever seen, certainly, because Liverpool have never been this realistically in a title challenge while going to Goodison, because back in 08-09 and that we were playing the Goodison game first and it was Anfield in the second part of the season, so this is probably the biggest, and that means that it's their biggest one, because they're not bothered about the fact that their team's crap and the rest of their league season doesn't matter. They're bothered about trying to stop Liverpool winning a league title, and it's huge for us just because of the context of the league. It's huge for us because it's Everton, but it's also made even bigger by the fact that they're going to be up for this like no other derby before.
That's it. It's probably the last, if anything, mental obstacle to overcome for Liverpool in terms of going to an away ground, which is just going to be filled with pure vitriol. You saw it at Old Trafford where they just sung that Solskjaer song, that Stone Roses one, over and over again, just for the whole game, and really made an atmosphere that was probably quite intimidating for the players. And this is going to be another one of them where Everton fans are going to be cheering for every throw-in they get and booing every Liverpool touch of the ball. And it is going to be the last one of them. And Liverpool, you know, we should be going there looking to get behind our lads and everybody looking to enjoy it, because what can you enjoy more than Everton misery?
I know that we enjoy that and really look forward to their fury and rage and just hatred of everything that we are. But how do you think players deal with that? Because I know that if I was playing, I'd be absolutely made up, but I might go a little bit over the top with it. Do you think that they kind of, and when Klopp is speaking to them in the preparation, do you think they sort of say, just try and act like this is a normal game, don't let the crowd get to you, play your normal stuff? Or do you think he sort of tells them to revel in it and say, you can make these people that hate you feel really awful by winning this game, and make yourselves feel better, and you can really play on that?
I think Klopp and his group of players quite like sort of telling people to fuck off a bit, don't they? They've all got that like sort of bit of needle in them. I think, like particularly players like Verge and Mo Salah and stuff like that. They've got that in them where like they just love like basically telling people, like calling people dickheads and stuff like that. And I think this will be another one where they should be going there absolutely relishing that sort of the way that the atmosphere is going to be. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be electric, the atmosphere, I reckon, in terms of what we can both produce as fans. But hopefully the lads can see it through.
Hopefully they can. No, you're really looking forward to it as much as we are. Thank you very much for watching Talking Reds today. Thanks from Josh. Thanks from me. There's going to be loads on the YouTube channel coming up over the next few days. First of all, later on today, there'll be a second look, looking back at the Watford game, 5-0 victory. You could do a lot worse than giving that a watch and enjoying it. And tomorrow there'll also be a preview of the Everton game, looking at how both teams will set up, but also the history of the fixture. There'll be a little chat with an Everton fan in there at some point as well. So all of that.
Dog's all right.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. I hope his fucking gerbils are well protected in some sort of steel cage before kick-off. But yeah, there'll be loads on the YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button as well. Thanks for watching. All the best.